All right, we are live from my living room sofa. What's up, guys? See if we get a few people in here. This won't be anything crazy. Just wanted to talk a little tech, folks. Hopefully y'all could hear me. I don't know. What's up, Shine? You hear me okay? Celtic, what's up? All right. Yeah, YouTube is bad because it doesn't it's got like these little audio level things on the bottom of the screen, and it's literally showing me like 1 and 2 bars as if I'm barely audible. So as long as I sound okay to y'all, and we're good. What's up, Asif? Sound Chaser. What's up, Barry? Mark, David, Jason, Base Toe, Fasttron. What's up, guys? I am using my new laptop. This is the first time I've literally turned on the webcam, even tried it. How is it? It looks kind of grainy to me, but not too bad, actually, considering. I'm kind of surprised. I thought it was going to be worse. Does it look okay to y'all? I mean, obviously, it doesn't look as good as my cameras in the studio, but as long as it's clear and looks all right in general, video's clear. All right, cool. Then you know what? I gotta redo my title, or my description of the video, because I jumped to the conclusion and said I'm sure it won't be good because this camera is literally like a pinhole. It's crazy. I'm gonna take a picture of it and show it to y'all. It is so tiny. Hold on. See if I can get it in focus even. It's so hard to get this in focus. I hate this phone, by the way, guys. That's about as good as I could do. Let me see how that comes out. Just so y'all can see, like, that is the camera that's facing me, that little clear dot right there, tiny. So, you know, compared to what I'm using in the studio is funny. It's really small. You know, in the studio, I got something like this set up on a tripod behind the monitor, sending out. It's way bigger. What do I hate about it? Oh, this phone. Man, I love this phone as just a device to consume media on. This is the Samsung S20 Ultra. I never got a chance to do a review on it. I'll tell you guys right now, since we're in here, I've been working so many extra hours and doing so much extra stuff. It's been crazy. You know, with all this stuff going on, like at my job, there was a lot of furloughs and things like that. So there's been all kinds of craziness going on in my regular job. So that's why I haven't really been making videos. But man, I ordered this phone March 26th of you know, and it came like May. I finally arrived like May 15th. So I've had it for, or maybe a little earlier, May 10th. I can't remember exactly. No, it had to be earlier. Like May 10th probably, because I feel like I've had it for at least 2 weeks. And as a phone, like phone calls, whatever, it's great. No problem with this phone. As a media consumption device, S20 Ultra is awesome. As a camera, it is by far the worst performing camera I have experienced on a cell phone. I mean, the Pixel 1 takes better photos than this camera. No exaggeration. This camera is awful. The front-facing camera is pretty good. All this craziness that they talked about, terrible. So if you're a Samsung fan, because I don't think they're going to be able to fix this with firmware upgrades. I believe the problem is They use the different sensors on here. They use actual Samsung sensors, like that 108 megapixel sensor. And in 108 megapixel mode, I've gotten the best results, like where I leave it in 108 megapixels. But it does something terrible with pixel binning. The focus is bad. That's really what's bad about it. Is I try to take photos of things not even moving in decent light, and still it's bad. So if you're a big Samsung fan, I just put this in the story too, man. If you're a big Samsung fan and you love Samsung phones, save yourself a few $100 and buy S20 Plus, because you're going to get pretty much everything else that's in this phone. The screen's only a tiny bit smaller, but it's still the same screen, very similar specs, and you're just going to get much better camera performance. I don't believe that the Samsung cameras are great anyway, in general, but they're way better than this one. And if you don't like the previous Samsung, like Celtic said, the Note 9 is not that good either. This is worse, and it's a whole year ahead phone. It's worse and worse by far. Even with video, like if I try to do front facing, like I said, is good. If you look at my stories, I use the front facing camera for those, and that's fine. But if you want to walk and take some video or whatever, it's focus hunting a lot. It'll back focus. It's just bad. The autofocus is terrible. And I see reviewers online talk about this phone, and they're saying like, "Oh, there was an update to the camera." I got the update. I started with that update. I didn't even have to experience it worse, and it was bad to begin with. So I don't even know how some of the photos they put up there they got. I'm walking around taking photos with this. Like I know how to do photography, so it's like, and I take great photos with the Pixel 4. The iPhone 11 Pro Max I have takes very good photos too. This camera just sucks. It sucks. So if you really care about if you don't care about the camera, buy this phone. Then great. If you care more about the bigger screen and stuff like that, go ahead and buy this phone. If you're a Samsung fan, if you're not a Samsung fan, don't buy any of them, honestly, because there's better values out there than what Samsung's charging, is my opinion anyway. But the camera is just inexcusable. This phone, this is the 512 gigabyte version of this phone. This phone retail costs $1,600, I think, because the 128 gigabyte one is 14, and then to go up to 512 they charge 16. So inexcusable. You cannot charge that much money for a phone and expect it. You're gonna expect a great camera, at least as good as last year's camera. Not even close. My cousin has last year's S10 Plus. He got the big one. His camera is better than this camera. How's the 100 times zoom? I'll show you, Shine. You want to see? I'll do 100 times zoom for you right now, just so you can see. Where is it? Photo. I think I have to switch the lens here. I can't even, like, half the time I can't figure this out. Oh, because I'm on 108 megapixel mode, so it won't zoom. That's why. There we go. Now I can. All right, so I'm gonna take 100 times zoom picture of my window. No, I'll go further. Hang on. Just to show y'all. It's what's the hardest thing to do is to find focus at 100 times, period. All right, so here's some. That's even too. 100 times is crazy. Here, I'll take a picture of this. All right, this is 100 times zoom. This is tiles on the wall in my kitchen from my living room sofa. Yeah, even with this crappy camera, I'm sure you can see it's pretty grainy, like around the edges up here. And that's kind of expected, though. It's 100 times zoom is kind of a gimmick, but just regular photos, it's hard to really explain, I guess. Oh no. Let me take a photo of this. I'm gonna put the focus on this. And I'm gonna take a regular photo of this. This is like a hang on, I'm getting notifications. So this is the super wide angle. All right. And this is where I'm sitting and I'm holding a Red Bull can, which you guys can see right here. Okay. Now, up close from a distance, it looks kind of normal in focus. I literally put the focus on the can. And this is the super wide angle. But when I zoom in, just so that it fills the screen, I don't know how well y'all can see that, but even the text is slightly blurry. It is not in focus. And I just held that can still. It's bad. So it's real bad. I would definitely say don't buy that phone if you care about the camera. So that's that. Simplest than the S6. Carl, your S6 camera is probably better than the camera on this phone. I just don't. It annoys me. The reason I kind of went on about it is because there's so many tech reviewers that kind of downplay it. Like the autofocus just isn't that good, and I'm like, why are you guys lying? Like, the autofocus is not that good. That's not really a lie, but the camera sucks. I've seen like the only time it takes even remotely decent photos is outside in broad daylight. Like it's just horrible otherwise. Shine asked me, what do I think about Rogan's move to Spotify? I think it's great. Joe Rogan moving to Spotify is awesome because YouTube is spending a lot of time censoring people and demonetizing people's videos. And Joe works hard. Joe works super hard, and he deals with, all kinds of. It's crazy to even think that Joe has a problem with YouTube. But Spotify paid him $100 million. That's the report anyway, to make his show exclusive to Spotify. So good for Joe, man. Get your money, Joe. Guy works hard. He's been working hard his whole life. If somebody's going to give you $100 million, and at the same time, YouTube is messing around with monetizations and all kinds of stuff, I hope it teaches YouTube a lesson. And, I'm pretty sure Joe Rogan is one of their top 10 earners, bar none, for YouTube as a site. So the fact that Joe's leaving, I hope will make YouTube start looking at things a little differently and maybe be a little bit kinder to the creators that make their platform so popular. That's what I hope. Let me talk about this laptop I'm on. I am super, super happy with this laptop, though. I got this to put in my camera bag and to use as an editing laptop for videos and photos. And I am blown away. I mean, I did a couple little upgrades to it after I got it, but even without the upgrades, I was blown away. The upgrade was just I added more storage and I upped the RAM from 32 gigs to 64 gigs. Because when you're messing with big 4K video files on a laptop, that RAM will help you speed up for sure. It's about the only time it's worth it. I wouldn't really advise anyone to go past 32 unless you're video editing. But this is the MSI Prestige 15 laptop. I don't think I can I share screen on here? I doubt it, right? Because I am not using yeah, I can't. I don't think it'll let me share screen. But I can put it on the phone and throw it up real quick so you guys can at least sort of see. This is what I'm doing right now. That's me sitting there. I'm blown out in the picture, but that's the laptop. It's a nice touchpad. It's got a right here. That is a fingerprint scanner. So it will scan your fingerprint to sign you into Windows, which is nice. But it's MSI Prestige 15, very small, and it's got a 4K display, which has super color accurate, which is why I wanted it. And now that I've seen the webcam, all things considered, I showed you guys how tiny that webcam is. I am really surprised at how good it is. I know it's not perfect, but for a webcam of that size on a laptop, I have zero complaints, honestly, about it. So I'm going to fix that title after it uploads. Can't believe you got a cat in the shot. Yeah, did I? It's wide angle. I didn't even notice. Oh yeah, my cat. I had to put on the widest angle. My cat's over there drinking water. What's up, Storm? Clayton, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. So says the beard got shorter. Yeah, I used that was actually a funny story. My cousin was coming by yesterday. We were gonna go like get some food. You know, we got some stuff open now where we can walk in like 5 people at a time. So we are gonna get some food and then go to a park and eat. And before that, I'm like, oh, let me try to trim my beard. So I used one that has a battery in it, and I did half the beard, and then the battery died, and I had the other half still like this. And they were like, my cousin and his wife were like 20 minutes away at the time. So I plugged it in, and I was trying to use it while it was plugged in, and it kept dying on me. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let me just turn it off, jump in the shower, and then I'll get out of the shower, and hopefully by then it'll finish. And I had literally just enough battery for me to finish after the time it took me to take a shower to finish it. And I made it out, thankfully, without half a crazy beard. Sound Chaser, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, Cell says webcam looks good, running 720p. Yeah, I mean, it's a 720p internal camera. It really looks good, though, at least on my screen. And you guys are saying it looks pretty good. So it makes me even more, like, I would recommend this laptop to anybody. MSI Prestige 15, dope laptop. But get the one with the 4K screen. It costs more. I think the regular price is $1,800, but I caught it on sale for $1,600. But if you need a laptop, this is a great laptop. The screen is great. There's like very little bezel. It's got 100% sRGB, 100% Adobe RGB, and I think it's 98% of DCI-P3 color, and it's super color accurate right out of the box. So it's great for like a creator laptop, and it's so light. It's 3 pounds and change, I think. It's amazing, like super light, and the dimensions are so much smaller than dimensions are way smaller than almost any 15-inch laptop you'll find, which is what I needed because my camera bag could not fit most 15-inch laptops. Kiko Silva CPU. It's the Intel 10th Gen 1070100, I think but it's the U version. So it's the version meant for laptops that has a lower power draw. But MSI did something slick with it. When it uses USB-C to charge, by the way, so you can charge it with almost any, high wattage charger. So if you want to be even more portable than having a big brick, you could take your Samsung fast charger, which is like 45 watts if you have one of those. I tried that and used it, and you can just throw it in a bag and you'll be able to let it charge. So it's pretty cool that you can just swap around any charger you want. But it's the 107100U, right? So 107100U. It's 6 cores, 12 threads, but it's only like 15 watts is supposed to be the max. But whatever MSI did with this, when you plug it in, it will go up to 45 watts. And then you get it's about a 20% performance bump while it's plugged in, and it works really good. I can't say anything bad about it. Even on battery power, MSI put something in here called the Creator. It's MSI Creator Suite, and it takes your programs, like let's say Adobe Lightroom, Photoshop, stuff like that. You can assign how many cores you want to be used in it, and it automatically powers, like it has like automatic configurations for those applications, and they keep adding more apps every time they update it. So it's really cool, and it has not bugged out on me at all, and I've been using it every day since I got it. I've had it for about probably, I don't know, 2 weeks or so now. great laptop, man. And compared to something like, I mean, if you want a MacBook, you know what I mean, like from Apple, the 15.6 inch, I don't even think they have a 4K screen option, but their best option is way more expensive than this laptop. Even the Dell Xps 15, more expensive than this laptop. And it's got it's not the greatest graphics card in the world, but it's the 1050 or no 1650 GTX 1650 in here. It's not a gaming laptop, although you can game with it. I tested it out a little bit. You're okay, like 1080p medium. Most games you play just fine. 1080p medium settings, no problem. But for creative content, After Effects, Premiere, Photoshop, Lightroom, any of that kind of stuff, fantastic laptop. The 15.6 inch color accurate screen is really awesome. I can't even stress that enough. It's not an OLED either, it's an LCD, which I like. I found that OLEDs are not quite as color accurate in general. Cell says, if you wanted to upgrade the graphics card, what would fit? Only other small series cards, but I don't think you can. This is probably like soldered in. Maybe you can. I don't know. I didn't go that far. You can upgrade the SSDs. That's another cool thing about this laptop. MSI Prestige 15 is what I'm talking about for anybody that just jumped in. It has two M.2 slots for SSDs. It comes with one 1 gigabyte one. And then I bought this, the Sabrent 4 terabyte Rocket NVMe SSD, and I put this in the second one. So there's a 1 terabyte for my primary drive, and I have 4 terabytes for storage. Do you guys see that backwards, or is that just me? Because it looks backwards on my screen. I hope you guys aren't seeing it backwards. That would make it very hard to read. But I picked this little bad boy up. It's literally the only 4 terabyte drive in existence. Although, no, Sabrent makes one more, which is a little bit different than this one, but this is like the best one out of the two. Nobody else makes 4 terabytes. But my reasoning for that is because I'm going to be doing a lot of photography and videography, and I'm going to be using this laptop as like my primary editing machine for it. So I didn't want to have to carry another drive, like an external drive in my bag. I just wanted something tiny. And it's built right in, and you guys can see like that's how small it is. It's very small. Fits in there, runs great. But as far as I have nothing bad, honestly, to say about this laptop. Zero, nothing. It doesn't have a bunch of light leaks. It doesn't. The quality is good. It's a nice aluminum frame. Keyboard feels nice. Trackpad is accurate and big. I love the fact that it has the fingerprint scanner to get you into Windows. So it's not cheap, but compared to other things in its class, in its range, it's cheap. Yeah, Cell just put something in there, content creation. Yeah, look at the Prestige 15, Cell. If you can put the link up for that, you'd be helping me, because it's called the Prestige 15. I can't look at it since I'm on YouTube, and I only got one screen now instead of my usual 3. But I don't want to like mess anything up. But it's a dope laptop. Like I said, it's like $1,800 for the 4K screen version, but it comes with 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte NVMe SSD, 4K color accurate screen, and those kind of specs are easily $2,000 and up from Dell, from Apple. Apple's probably $3,000 if you're trying to get something like that. But so for what you get, the price is awesome. Also, no USB power delivery problems. Remember when I bought that super expensive laptop and I returned it? I couldn't get no webcams to look right. Even the built-in one was bad, as you guys can see. This one is fine. Kiko says Best Buy has it for $1,500. Yeah, as long as it's the 4K version, Kiko, $1,500 is a steal for this laptop. Just make sure it's got the 4K screen, because there's one with a 1080p screen and it's nowhere near as color accurate. And I mean, it's still a great laptop. I'm sure it would be nice. It's not, everything else is kind of the same, but in a lot of comparisons that I checked out for the screens, everyone said like the color accuracy on the 1080p screen just was bad. The 4K screen fixed that. So as long as you're getting that 4K screen, Kiko, $1,500, that's a steal, dude. That's a better deal than I got it for. I got it on sale for 16. It went from 18 down to 16, and now it's 15, so another 100 off. Good deal, man. It runs great. And it's super silent unless when you're pushing it, it gets loud. But there's 2 fans in here that will spin up to, and it gives you all kinds of funky modes that you can put it in. You can put it in high performance mode, battery saving mode, and they make it super easy. You just press an F key and you could change the modes to whatever you want. Loud fans, quiet fans. So if you know you're going to be doing some kind of gaming, you can keep the fans on high the whole time. And it's not that crazy. It's loud if you're in a quiet room, but it's not like super loud where you're like, oh my goodness. I like it a lot. It's very convenient. By far, probably my favorite laptop easily I've ever owned. Easily I've ever owned. I really, really like this laptop. And I love that they give you an extra M.2 slot because nobody else is doing that on a laptop. If you want to get a more storage in your laptop, you're plugging in exterior SSDs or you're buying a larger SSD and cloning your Windows drive. Just the fact that it's there and it's so easy to get to, it's like 9 screws or 11 screws on the bottom that you take off. You can change the RAM sticks and the SSDs with ease. Super easy. It's right in there in front of your face. Nothing, just take the bottom part off and it's all right there. So I think it's a really good laptop. And if Best Buy's got it for $1,500 and you're looking for a laptop, that's where I'd go. 6 cores and 12 threads, even with a U processor. I benchmarked it on IDA 64, and it was constantly up there with actual desktop PCs when I was running some of the benchmarks. Not at the highest, obviously, but it was maybe like 10th down in the row, and that was using some Ryzen CPUs that were being tested on it. It was pretty good, man. Like for a laptop, it was very, very good. I'm pleasantly surprised. I have zero complaints. I really do. So if you're in the market for a laptop, I'd highly recommend the MSI Prestige 15. If you're in the market for a phone, I would highly not recommend the Samsung S20 Ultra. Like I said, unless you don't care about a camera. It's a great phone. Great for everything else. The camera's terrible. What else have I been up to? I bought a camera bag. I've been acquiring some lenses for my cameras. This one here is the Sony G lens for 16 to 55 on APS-C, which is like 24 to 82 and a half full frame equivalent. Great lens, f2.8 all the way through. A6600 camera, I'm willing to say, is far and away the best APS-C camera on the market. Very similar performance to full frame, honestly. And my cat is here. She agrees. She wants to say hi. Sup, Troopy Troop in the building. But yeah, Sony A6600. If you're going outside to shoot and you don't want to buy a full frame camera, you want something a little smaller, best bar none. I have nothing else that I've messed with or seen really compares as an overall package. I've taken some good shots with it already. Sorry, my cat is gonna walk right across me. The caveats of going live from the sofa. Somebody asked me, who was it, Shine, about am I ready to bury Stadia? No, Stadia is cool. I'm giving Stadia a lot of time, but it's running well. It just doesn't get any positive coverage for whatever reason, but it's really not running bad at all. I don't experience lag issues or big problems with it in any kind of way. And it's cheap. Like especially if you have kids and you don't have the money to buy a $500 Xbox or a $600 Xbox, or you have younger kids that aren't quite ready for something like that, I think Stadia is fantastic for that. Like just to get kids into some gaming without breaking your bank, definitely fantastic for that. Or if you're like a more laid back type of gamer and you're not competitive gaming, Stadia is great for that too. If you just want to sit on the sofa, pick up a controller and start playing something stress-free, Stadia is fantastic for stuff like that. I do think it's going to be a while before they're to see what their maximum capability is when it comes to competitive gaming. So the Xbox is not leaving my repertoire, but you know, it's got its use case and it's definitely good for that. Skipper Ace says, if I install an external drive on a Tivo Stream 4K or Nvidia Shield and start to get the error message, insufficient space to add apps, what's the workaround or solution? You need to make that external drive formatted as internal. Then you can transfer apps to it. If it's an external drive, it won't install most apps, if any, on Android TV OS. I'm not sure if it will install any, but it definitely won't install most of them. So you're still using the internal storage to install all your stuff. You got to plug that drive into, at least on the Shield. I haven't really messed with the Tivo, but at least on the Shield, you plug it in and it gives you the option to install it as internal or external storage. If you're running out of space, you're going to need to make it internal storage, and then it's going to ask you to move a bunch of stuff over, and you got to say yes. And any app that's allowed to be moved will be moved, and then you'll free up space. Yeah, that's another good use, like Sel said. He likes playing it on the computer for Stadia because he can play Stadia and run YouTube music at the same time. Pretty chill gaming. So when you're streaming the games, it's great. It's also good if you're a game streamer. It's very good for that. They need more games, but it's good for that because you can literally just everything's done on the computer. It's not eating up your resources. You don't have to plug an Xbox into a capture card and capture it. Everything's just all in browser. And they just updated the controller now. It works wirelessly on the PC. Isn't that right, Sel? You had that yesterday or the day before? That it's working now on PC without a wire? So no, I think Stadia it's not a competitive gamers system. You're not gonna find a bunch of esports players wanting to play on Stadia. But for anything else, it's good. Um, I really don't have anything bad to say about it for anything else. Sam says, why is the VPN in the Mi Box working only with Wi-Fi, not with Ethernet? Probably because the Mi Box is not designed to use Ethernet, would be my guess. Good to see you too, Carlos. That's probably why, I guess. I don't use the Mi Boxes anymore. But I'm guessing that it's because it's routing through USB instead. That might be something that it's not allowing the VPN to map to. That's probably that's my best guess for you, Sam, because it's really not designed to do Ethernet. It's designed to be a Wi-Fi only device. So that's probably what the problem is. It's probably just an oversight by Xiaomi, because I think with other devices it will work even through Ethernet, but it might be an oversight on their part to not have allowed the mapping somehow. Probably it was about the only thing I could think of. Or depending on who your VPN provider is, maybe they don't map over USB. That's also another possibility. What else? What else can I talk about? I've gotten a bunch of little things over time, but mostly photography related, because I haven't been on in a while, and I've literally been sitting right here on this sofa, just like you see me now, with my work laptop, which is a behemoth of a laptop. I'll show it to you guys if you want to see it. But it's a great laptop too, but it's super expensive and it's huge. And I've been working, practically every day. And their laptop is like so tied into their network. Everything is like I can't even get online without going into their network. So that's why I can't really. I wish I could like go live while I was working or something. The only way I could do that is to take this laptop, put it right next to me, and be like on my work laptop. And I'm like, nah, that's not really gonna fly too much. So I figured before I'm about to start working in about 15 minutes, but I figured before I come on, before I start working, let me just jump on and say hi to you guys because it's been so long. But the amount of hours I've been doing has been crazy, and I can't even really like, you know, like I don't want to work that many hours in the studio and be away from my family and stuff. So I've been mostly sitting on the sofa working from home. My wife is working from home, and so she works like I don't know if I can flip this, but her computer's right there. If you guys can see it through the plant, and so she's working right there, and I'm working right here, and it's nice to just be like that, because working from home at first I was like, oh, that's cool, man, but as long as it's going on now, I'm just like, I just want to go to work. Like sitting here every day and like living practically on this sofa is driving me nuts right now. The other thing I could talk about that I got, but I can't really, before I go, I just realized I got them sitting here. Let me pick them up. Let me make sure I don't drop my camera first. I haven't opened them yet because I've been too busy to even try. But these are going to be for the studio. It's the Logitech MX Master 3 mouse and the Logitech MX Keys keyboard. They kind of go together, as you can see by the way they word them, even though they sell them separately. They're both $100, regular price, $100 each. But what drew me to these is because eventually what I'm going to be doing is having 3 computers in the studio. These will allow you to wirelessly connect to 3 computers at the same time. So I can sort of like float around in my chair, and I can copy, like I can click to copy on this mouse on one computer and paste a file onto the other one. It's pretty dope. And you can do the same thing with this keyboard too. So that was what drew me to them. So I want to open them up, check them out. But I just haven't been in the studio to do so. I've had these sitting here for about 10 days now. And I haven't had a chance to do that. But the fact that they work across multiple machines, because I want to set up my work, the laptop they gave me from work in the studio, and I want to set up this laptop in the studio, and then just be able to unplug it real fast and throw it in my bag. But when I get home to edit photos and videos, I'll be doing it on this laptop and not my big desktop. And so I have like 3 little separate stations in the studio for different things. So my regular, working job, I'll use my work laptop for that. But I want to connect some monitors. Like I'll connect a monitor to this laptop in the studio, and just have kind of everything set up and be able to use one set of keyboard and mouse to work on all of them. I think that'll be just kind of cool. It's cool tech. It interested me when I saw it, and I said, heck yeah, that sounds like it can save some time, easily transfer files from one machine to another, and all through the keyboard and mouse. It's worth a look for sure. So I look forward to opening that up and checking it out too. What else? Oh yeah, so I was talking about Mike Tyson might be fighting soon. He looks good, man. Mike Tyson looks good in his little videos. How long he could do that for is another question, but I give Mike Tyson, I'll tell you what, if I'll say it right now, in the first 2 rounds, Mike Tyson can knock out and beat anybody, and I'd pick him to beat anybody in the first 2 rounds, even at 53 years old. He'd knock Deontay Wilder's face off, man. Like, just the skill level is so different between those guys. Like, it's crazy. But he's 53. How long can he go? If he doesn't catch him early, he's going to end up in trouble. But early on, if I was Wilder, I'd be running if they ever had a fight. What's my recommendation for a mini keyboard? Link in Telegram for your page on Amazon does not work. I'll check it out, but it should work. The link shouldn't have changed unless Amazon took my link down for some reason. I don't know. That'd be weird. But I'll sign in and check that out. Mini keyboard, like a little handheld one, is the Re i8 Plus. Get the Bluetooth version, so you don't need to plug a dongle in. Re Mini i8 Plus. Nice little little one. Cell just grabbed a little one too, but I don't know if the one he grabbed was Bluetooth, but he put it up on his YouTube page. That was another Re controller also. Sub Philly Cable Dave. Somebody else said something about, oh, it was Ian. He said, love the ease of Stadia. No waiting for updates instead of playing games. So much better when you don't get much gaming time. Ian, I can't agree with you more on that too. That's so true. Like, I've been playing a bit of Call of Duty in my downtime because I have my Xbox like right in front of me on the TV right here. And when I get on, I want to play with my nephew sometimes. And he's like, come on, jump on, play. And I'll be like, okay, I'll turn on my Xbox, and Call of Duty has like a 30 gigabyte update. And I'm sitting there for a half hour, 40 minutes. And I got 1 gig speed. It's just the servers are so terrible and slow from Microsoft that it makes it very, very difficult to wait. And I don't like that. And then by the time I get to play, I'm tired and I end up not really enjoying my time. If that game was on Stadia, we could have just jumped right on and been playing instantly. And Cell says Destiny 2 is a perfect example of that. The load time is crazy. Stadia is very quick. Carl said he just checked the Amazon store and it works on Telegram. Okay. Yeah, Shine said Holyfield looks jacked too. He does. But Holyfield, I think, just from listening to him talk and watching his movements, he's way more stiff in general. Like not even just as boxing, I think he's had way more effects from his time boxing than Tyson has. So I don't expect him to actually look as good when he fights, if he really goes through with it and fights. But he still does look pretty good, especially for his age. He's older than Tyson too. Aaron says, can that also be used for PC and a device like Shield? I don't know. I have not looked into that. I don't think it has a... Actually, it should. It should, because I believe it does the transfers over your network. Because instead of connecting these via like Bluetooth directly to a PC, that's how it works. It connects to your network at home. And that's how it's so easy for it to transfer files. It does have a Bluetooth connection as well, though. So I think it would work. The only problem is there's no mouse on this at all. That's why they're meant to go together. If you can see the whole thing here, there is no mouse pad. So you'd have to have a separate mouse instead of a keyboard. But this is a full-size keyboard, number pad and everything. It's very nice overall. I haven't opened it, but it's heavy. And I saw some reviews on YouTube, and a lot of people said it was nice. But I think it definitely can work to transfer to anything on your network. You would just have to I think you can pair it for transfer on up to 3 devices. I just don't know if you're able to pair directly to the Shield. I'll try it out because it's going to be in the studio. I got a Shield in the studio, and I'll let you know when I try it out. Dave P says, what about the OnePlus 8 phone? I think I don't have one, but I have OnePlus 7 Pro, and I can't fault OnePlus. From everything I've seen, their camera is much better on the 8 than the 7, because that was my biggest problem on the 7 Pro, was the camera. I think for the money, the OnePlus 8 Pro is a good phone, but get the Pro because it has upgraded cameras. I don't have one. I'm actually waiting for a particular phone to drop, and pre-orders are starting in June, and that is the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II. The Xperia 1 had its downfalls, but the Mark II, they put a lot of tech. They actually had the Sony Alpha team. There's a lot of tech from these cameras into that 1 Mark II. And some people finally have one and have put some stuff online. If you search Sony Xperia 1 Mark II on YouTube, it has an actual 4K screen on a phone, 643 PPI on a phone. That's crazy. You can zoom in, see the pixels so well when you take photos, and it's got eye autofocus, eye tracking, all kinds of stuff on the cameras. And Sony, a lot of people don't realize this, but Sony makes the lenses that people use. Sony makes the lens on the Pixel. Not on this phone. Samsung made the lenses, and look what happened. The phone camera sucks. But on the other Samsung phones, they make the lenses for it. What else? They have three lenses on the back and one on the front, and all of them can take advantage of this Sony image processing that comes out of their alpha cameras on this phone, which is crazy. It can shoot 20 frames a second on a cell phone. I was sending some info on that to my group chat with Cell and a couple other people yesterday. I am so buying that phone and selling this phone as soon as that phone drops. And it's not a cheap phone. It's $1,200, so it's still cheaper than this phone, right? $1,200. It's a flagship, so it's $1,200. This phone is $1,600. It's $400 more than that phone. Even the cheaper version of this phone, which has less storage than the Sony phone, is $1,400. So still $200 more than this phone. This phone is going to be trash compared to that when it comes to the camera. I actually think that the Xperia 1 Mark II has a chance to be hands down the best camera ever in smartphones. We have to see a bit more of the overall image quality because it just started getting released on YouTube, where some people have pre-production units, so it's not even final yet. But they did something really smart, and it's great on cinema. So I'm going to go live from that phone when I get it. I want to see the differences. They do some really awesome stuff, really geared towards creative people that want to do cameras and video, pictures and video, stills and video. So I'm excited for that phone. I'm going to sell this phone, and I'm going to sell probably my iPhone if the video is that good on the Sony. And then I'll end up being positive money-wise by selling those two. It won't cost, I'll end up buying that phone and still have money left over because these are such expensive phones. But I'm definitely waiting to see that phone, because you got, and they use Zeiss lenses too on it. They upgraded to Zeiss lenses, which the first Xperia didn't have, and added in the alpha technology on the cameras. Like, you got very similar technology to the A9. Obviously, it's not a Sony A9. A9 is like a $5,000 camera, but they took the tech from it and boiled it down into a smartphone, which is crazy. It's even got a dedicated camera button. So like when you're doing this, there's a button right here, right? So you hold it like this and you press halfway down just like a camera and it will focus. And then you press all the way down and you shutter. If you hold it down, it will take 20 frames a second for moving stuff. And they've already demonstrated this on YouTube. Look it up on YouTube. You'll see some people using it and they're super excited about it so far. And I think it won't get a lot of love because Sony phones haven't been that good for quite a while. Probably fly under the radar a bit. But I think cameras are huge to me. I want to take out anything I have in my pocket and be able to know that I'm going to get a good photo with it. That's why this got to go. I still have my Pixel 3 here. I still have a Pixel. I have every Pixel, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The Pixel 1 takes better photos than this phone. That is whatever, 5, 6 years old, 4 years old, something like that. It's like it's between 4 and 5 years old. Takes a better photo than this phone. So inexcusable. I can't do that. But other than that, I got a couple minutes left. I gotta tap into work and get working. If you guys got some questions, hit me. I'll hang out for like 5 minutes, answer some questions, and then I'll tap into work. But so far, I mean, that's kind of what I've been getting a lot of camera stuff, really. This right here, this is a variable ND filter from, I think it's pronounced SYRP, SYRP. Great leather case that it comes in. And I don't know if any of you guys who are into photography or videography at all, but variable ND filter just screws onto your lens. A lot of people don't like them, but if you get a good quality one, they're fine. Let's see if this will work going through here. So this is shutting out 5 stops of light. You can see how dark it is. Like, you can still see me through it, but it's pretty dark right there. But because it's variable, I can twist it, and I'm going to try to get this to work on the screen properly. So we're here. You can see like my sofa through it. I can twist this, and it takes 2 layers and puts them on top of each other. And as you twist it, it's darker and darker. It's basically sunglasses for your camera. See, now it's getting lighter again, if you look through it. This goes between 5 and 10 stops of darkness. I have another one that goes between 1 and 8 stops from the same company. Use cases for this would be like, you want to shoot video outside and the sun is like super bright. You can't do it because everything's getting blown out. You slap this on the front of your lens, darkens everything up, and you're good to go. Another use case for this in photography would be to take long exposures in daytime. And, because you can't do that without blowing that out. Let's say you want to take a 20-second picture, right, where the shutter's open for 20 seconds. A great example would be like waterfalls. You're at Niagara Falls or wherever, and there's a waterfall. You're like, I want the water to look smooth. You can't do that when the picture just goes click and it's done. The water looks crisp and harsh. You might want the water to look kind of mystical and like how you see in paintings sometimes. You could do that with your camera. If you put that filter on the front, you make everything much darker. Now you could take a 20-second exposure. Nothing else is moving, so it's super sharp. But the water's moving and the camera's capturing it moving for 20 seconds. It's going to look super smooth. And it'll kind of look like something that's a drawing or a painting instead. There's like creative use cases for things like that. What's up, Jeremiah? So yeah, I'll tap into work a little bit late. I don't know what else I could talk about too much. So one other thing I can talk about right here is I have these Heliopan step up, step down rings. If you're into photography at all or videography, these will save you a lot of money. They're really good because they're made out of bronze, which is why I pick Heliopans. But basically, you screw one end, the skinnier end, into your camera threads, and the other end, you put the filter on. And these are different sizes. I accidentally ordered 2 of the same size by mistake. But you take your biggest lens, which mine is this one. It's a 67 millimeter because I'm on APS-C. So all of these screw onto smaller lenses. Like I have a 52 millimeter lens, which is this one. It's the smallest. This is the smallest opening on the backside. This screws into the 52 millimeter lens, and the other side is 67. And what that lets me do is take the filter I just showed you, put it on the 67 millimeter side, and attach it to the smaller 52 millimeter opening lens. And now I can use this one filter on every lens that I have by using this ring on it. This filter is like I think it's around 120, 130 bucks. So imagine having to buy this for every lens you have. It would cost a lot of money. This saves you money because you can use this one filter on every camera lens, no matter the size of the opening. You just got to buy the right adapter. Each one of these adapters is around 20 bucks. So you're spending 20 bucks instead of 100 and something to buy new filters for everything. So they're called step up, step down rings. You can buy way cheaper ones. There's ones for like $5. JWM725, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. But yeah, they save you money. So I bought one for every lens I have. You can buy them for real cheap, but then they're made of aluminum. And the problem with aluminum is sometimes they get stuck and you can actually ruin your lens, because I have the lens cap on right now, but the threads in the actual lens, and this is like a $1,200 lens. So you don't want to wreck the threads on the lens. I would definitely recommend, if you're doing photography, always buy brass. Anything you screw in should be brass, whether it's a filter, an adapter. It's a lot stronger and threads properly and easier to get in and get out. They won't get stuck on like aluminum does. Okay, because aluminum with heat and the sun hitting it and stuff, it expands a little. The brass won't do that. Ray, did I miss your question? Did you ask something? Oh, money saver. I got you. Yeah, no, that's, it's something a lot of people overlook, especially if they're starting out. I mean, I don't know how many of you guys know my history, but both my parents were photographers, amongst other things. But like my dad shot professionally. He shot sports. My mom did a lot of semi-professional photography and was basically a professional wedding photographer. She did a lot of weddings, a lot of stuff. So I come from that background. They also owned a photo lab when I was a kid, and I learned about chemicals and photography and developing pictures and all that kind of stuff at a young age. I mean, I was getting dropped off from the bus at school to my parents' photo lab and mixing chemicals and with them and learning all that stuff when I was a kid. So I've always had that in me, photography. Then videography came later on when things went digital. So it's just something I've always loved to do. Maybe it was something I actually was thinking about. Like I made the tech channel, and I was thinking about gearing it towards photography as well. Like because that is tech too. It's still tech. Like so, adding some decent amount of photography stuff in there. A lot of people have photography channels though. I don't know if I want to go that far, but to add it into the tech channel, I think it'd be fine. At least to start off with, because I got a lot of stuff I want to start shooting a lot more. But for now, I share it with you guys because I have the most subscribers here, and most of you guys are into all kinds of tech on the channel. So I try to share everything I can over here. For the moment, it'll reach the most people, so you guys will see it right now. Yeah, I mean that's kind of it. Do I use micro lenses, like micro four thirds? You mean, Carlos, or you mean macro lenses, like to shoot real close to things? Is that what you're asking me about? What else I got? I got a bunch of stuff in my camera bag over there, but I put the laptop down to do that. What else do I have out here? Not too much left out here. I will say one other thing. I showed these a long time ago. These are the Xbox headphones from Steelseries, Arctis 9Xs. I've been using these since I've been sitting on the sofa and playing a lot of Xbox. Bar none, absolute best Xbox headphones. If all you game on is Xbox, guys, Arctis 9X from Steelseries, absolute game changer for headphones on the Xbox. They don't pair up with anything else natively except the Xbox. So, Carlos, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. These bad boys right here, the sound is so good. The comfort is great. I've worn these for like 5 hours in the middle of the night straight, 5-6 hours. Comfort is amazing. They're very light on your head, and the sound is just great. They use the Windows X headphone settings, which is native to the Xbox, and a lot of the games on Xbox, the surround sound is built in Windows X, so you get the best quality sound. I was using Turtle Beach Elite 800Xs for years already. Those are gone now. Like this is it. And this is native. It uses the Windows wireless protocol. I can press the power button on this just like I could on the Xbox controller, and it'll turn the Xbox on. The chat and everything, all built right in here. You don't need a cable for nothing. Everything is wireless. Complete wireless. No receiver has to be plugged in anywhere. It's just these. That's it. So this, major thumbs up from me. Like, best Xbox wireless headset, most convenient headset. Mic sounds good. Everything sounds good. Hands down, if you want a headset for your Xbox, these are the ones to get. So I've extensively been using them since we've been on lockdown. I would use those, and they have modes on the PC. You can install software, and then you can set up 4 presets. So I have one for like movies, one for gaming, and one for music. So whatever you're doing on the Xbox, let's say you're watching a movie, maybe you installed Kodi on your Xbox, you can just throw those on with the movie. That you get great surround sound coming right through. It sounds great. For headphones, those are the bomb.com. Like if you want wireless headphones, don't buy any other ones. Do I have an Amazon store list with those in it? No, I honestly haven't updated my Amazon store list in so long, guys. I need to, but I think I need to hire someone to do it. There's so much stuff I got to add in there, and I don't like the way it's so hard. because the way Amazon makes you add things to it takes forever. I'm gonna do it though. Definitely gonna do it. I got to get in there and update it. Maybe I'll do that tonight when I finish work, because I was supposed to start 9 minutes ago. Don't tell nobody. I'll get off of here at 1:15 and then tap in. I'll be fine. I'm just gonna end up working until freaking midnight probably anyway, so it's all good. John K said those look like they would be good for Twitch streaming. They have another one that's exactly the same. It's the ones that are the same. They're the Xbox. No, they're not Xbox. They're Steelseries Arctis Wireless Pro. They're white, I think. They might come in black too, but they're white, and those plug into the PC. But they come with a DAC. I have it in the studio. I use those for everything else, but Xbox, those sound great too. I use them on the PC all the time. I could stream with those, talk to you guys through them if I wanted to. But since I got the new PC, I haven't set them up right for something. I'm missing something. I don't know what I'm missing, but I got to get it fixed. How much do these run? I think they're 150. Let me look real fast. There we go. I'm looking at the Amazon link for them right now. They're 200, $199.99. They got 20+ hour battery life, which is true. I have not charged them, and they have Bluetooth, so they will connect to your phone. They're $200, but I think they've been on sale before for like 150-ish or 160-ish at some point. They connect to your phone with Bluetooth, so you could be playing games and listening to music, or playing games, get a phone call. It'll come through. It'll automatically lower the game volume so you can hear your phone call. Like, they're really good, and you can, obviously talk back and forth. And the battery life is crazy good. I did not charge them for like a week almost, and I played 2 to 3 hours a day. And they didn't die on me. It was so crazy. I was like, let me just see how long they go before they die. I still have not gotten a battery. I'll put the link in, Jeremiah. I still haven't gotten a battery warning from them yet, which is kind of crazy. Now that I know I can jump off to another, I didn't want to risk messing it up, but I just tried now. There they are right there. I just put the link in. I'll add them to the Amazon store too. But, like I said, don't buy them for anything else. They're just for Xbox, really. I think you can use them on Windows if you have the Xbox wireless adapter also, and you plug that in via USB. But definitely for the Xbox, so dope. And look around now that you see that, like maybe it's cheaper somewhere, because I have seen them on sale. I think when I bought them, I don't think I paid $200 for them. Not those, no. For the ones, if you want for your razor blade, hold on. I'm looking for Wireless Pro, I believe it's called. Yeah, here we go. Arctis Pro Wireless. Let me make sure these are the right ones. Yep, I got them in white. These are expensive, but they're they don't cost this much. I don't think. They're out of stock, and they're trying to get you for the price right now. But these are very similar headsets. I believe those are the ones. Oh no, hold on. That says PS4 and PC. So those are the PS4 and PC ones. I use them on PC, but let me see if that's the one with the DAC. Yeah, it has the DAC. This is the Pro. So I just put the link in there for that. Those would be good on your PC. I use them on my PC. Sound good. Yeah, they're definitely pricey. Someone said they're a little pricey. They are. They're not cheap, but the quality is amazing. They're super strong, super lightweight at the same time. Super comfortable, and they give you a lot of. I don't think that's the regular price, Carlos. I think that's because they're sold out. I think the price is $250 or I might have got them for $250 on sale, or maybe it is. List price is $330. They're expensive, but they come with a DAC, and they pair natively to your PlayStation with no wires, and they pair natively to the PC. So the DAC plugs into the PC, but so it says 5 in stock on your end. I don't know. On my side, it says in stock on. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at the white one. That's probably why. Yep. Okay. The black ones are in stock. My bad. I bought them in white so I wouldn't confuse them with the X series headphones because they look almost the same. I just like the white look too. The whites are out of stock. So I guess they are $330. That's crazy. I didn't think they were. I think I bought them for less than that though. I think I got them on sale for $280 maybe, something like that. But they pair with everything except Xbox. It kind of sucks that you need two separate headphones to work on every platform. But the native functionality of those 9Xs, the ones I was just holding up before, on the Xbox is so great because you can turn your Xbox on and off with them. Every adjustment is done right on the headset. You don't need anything, man. Like it's dope. The experience on the Xbox is bar none. And the headphones I was using were the Elite 800Xs. They cost more than the SteelSeries ones, and they still cost more. I believe they're $300, as is even today from Turtle Beach. They don't compare. They just don't. And I have both. I put them both on side by side, trying them out, and not even close, man. Less comfortable. My ears sweat because they're like not a clothy material. They don't sound as every aspect of the Elite 800X is worse. Battery life is worse. Everything's worse. Yeah, Astro makes good stuff too, so for sure. I feel like Astro needs to update their headphones though. Like it's been a while since they put out like a real big update for some kind of game-changing thing, you know? Thank you, JWM. Yeah, you might find them cheaper somewhere too, Carlos. That's for sure. I just grabbed the fastest link I could find, which was Amazon. What's up? It's that time. All right, it's 1:17, so I definitely got to start working. You guys want to see my behemoth work laptop? I'll put this over here for a second and pick it up. Got a bunch of. I had it on the floor, but this laptop is a beast. Okay, it's a ThinkPad P53. It needs a serious cleaning right now, but this is it. This is a huge laptop. And as you can see, I make very good use of the USB port that charges my electronic cigarette while I'm working. But this thing, it's the same size screen as the laptop I'm on right now. And as you can see, it definitely is a fingerprint magnet. I haven't cleaned it in forever. It's just been sitting here. But it's so much bigger. The bezels are huge. And the webcam is worse. But it is an awesome laptop. 4K screen also, which I need for my work. My job gave me this laptop for work only. But the webcam sucks. Like, and look at the size difference. If you can see the webcam on it compared to, I showed you guys the webcam earlier. This is a way bigger webcam and it's trash. But this is a 15.6-inch screen and it's huge. Like the whole overall laptop is huge, but it works great. It's a great machine. It's got an Nvidia Quadro T2000 graphics card in it, 16 gigs of RAM. And I literally sit here all day with this on my lap and do this and work. And I just lean back on the sofa and come back. And I'm here for 12 hours, guys, every day just doing this. It's driving me a little nuts at this point, but, it's a very good machine. But it's so, I wish I could go live from this machine. But like I said, it's all tied into my work network. I literally can't even get online properly until I'm tapped into their network. Look, press Control Alt Delete to unlock, and look what you get right there. It's like system access disclaimer. I can't. It's letting me know like everything I do this is a company system, and everything I do needs to adhere to their principles and procedures. So probably going on from their laptop and telling people, you know, hey, let's check out all this stuff in streaming land is probably not the best idea. But, you know, it's cool. It works. And I got to enter like 42 passwords just to get into my servers. It's crazy. But the battery on this thing is a monster. It's a beast too. I can go 8 hours unplugged on battery on this thing. Also, the battery on the Prestige 15 is good too. Not quite as good as this one, but because it's smaller, this one's huge. So but for the size, I've gotten about 7 hours out of the Prestige 15, 6 to 7, depending on what I'm doing. If you're editing photo, if you're just like on the internet or watching something, it'll last you 7, 8 hours on this Prestige 15. But if you're editing photos, videos, it's going to be shorter, you know? No, my gamer tag on everything is I Game Supreme. So all together as one word, I spell it out like this. I'll put it in the chat. It doesn't matter what system you're on. I use the same gamer tag. Anybody wants to add me on Xbox, Steam, there you go. It's just like that. I Game Supreme. I just don't have a PlayStation gamer tag. I don't use PlayStation. But not because I don't like PlayStation. It's just Xbox was always the better online platform, and I was always playing with friends and stuff online. So I always liked their online format better. Carlos Machado says, "What year laptop?" This laptop for my job, it's new. It's a P53, Lenovo ThinkPad P53. But I like I said, my job gave this to me. This was what they were giving. I got to do tons of photo editing and page layouts and all kinds of stuff for print on this. So it was important that it was an accurate display as well. I don't know what you guys are going on about over there. I appreciate any donations, and whoever donates to charities, that's great too. I do appreciate all good things of good nature, no matter what amount they are, or who you give to, or who you don't give to. It's okay. You know, every person has their own situations, man. So it is what it is. Don't if somebody donated 99 cents to me, I'm super happy with that. If somebody, you know, donates 99 cents to a charity, I'm even happier about that. So it's all good. Whatever people can do, I advise them to do. You know, and I don't mean towards me. I just mean in general, just being a good person. That's what being supreme is all about. If you guys are in our Facebook groups or our telegrams, you know, I'm very big on just being supreme means your behavior is supreme, your actions are supreme. So you guys got to do that. Jeremiah says he gets paid. No, I don't. There are definitely some live shows where, you know, it depends. YouTube makes it hard. Jeremiah was saying I get paid on every live show. If somebody donates to me in the chat, then yes. But if you guys don't, I might get like, if YouTube decides to leave the monetization on, I might end up, you know, with a couple of dollars that come through ads on a live show. The only videos on YouTube that really pay, honestly, on my channel are shield setup videos. And that's because 45,000, 50,000 people, you know, sometimes 100,000 watch that video, and then the ads add up. But YouTube demonetizes them. My newest one is demonetized, so I get nothing. There's 50-something thousand people have watched that video. get nothing for it. That's why, you know, when someone asked earlier about Joe Rogan, Carlos, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. That's why I'm so happy Joe Rogan's going to Spotify. I know it probably won't change things for people like us. We're not Joe Rogan, but the fact that YouTube does that is ridiculous. Like if I show you how to set up a shield, I spent 4 hours doing a live video doing it, then 2 hours to make the video shorter and put that 2-hour video up, and they demonetized it in the first week. Like it took me a long time to do that. And if I can get ads from somebody watching, you know, money from somebody watching ads, I should, you know, from the amount of time I spent to do that. They just take it away from you, and there's nothing you could do. I put in a dispute. They said, no, sorry, after watching it, we determined that we're correct in it. And I don't even believe anybody actually watched it. I think they're just, and they did it to my old videos. Like I just got a strike, or not really a strike. It was a community guideline strike for a video about an old NAN add-on, Metallic Hue. It was a 2-something-year-old video. They removed the video. You know, like it's a 2-year-old video. It was already demonetized, and then they removed it completely because now they're going through and yanking people's old videos. And they told me if they catch me with another one, that I'll be blocked from going live or uploading for a week. And then if I get another one, it's like longer. And I'm like, hey, that's so old. So I just actually went in myself and deleted some old ones that, like, if the add-on doesn't exist anymore, I just deleted it. What's the point? It doesn't exist. So it's pretty crappy of them, you know, to bang me for something that's that old and to automatically take away your ability to monetize. So if there was another platform that would reach as many people, I would switch to it right now. That's how much I dislike YouTube at this point, just from what they do to me. And not just me, a lot of other creators too. There's people that don't talk about streaming, and you can search online. Guys that do regular tech videos, guys that are gamers, gaming channels, they're getting demonetized too. YouTube just puts these algorithms in place that are ridiculously aggressive. And I honestly think that they do it because they don't want to pay out as much money to people. And it's wrong. It's so messed up. It's not just about, oh, people shouldn't see this. It's more like they're still putting ads, but sorry, something's bothering me. They're still putting ads, but they're not giving it to you. They're keeping it on certain ads that are technically, like, you know, the ones they can put when you're not advertiser friendly. So it's really messed up. Like, I think that what happens here is, I noticed how it works, right? I upload a video for my shield, let's say. I'll do a shield setup video. Immediately it's demonetized right away. And then I put in a dispute, and sometimes I'll win. But let's say I win. It takes them a week to look at it and then say, okay, you win. It's monetized now. Well, guess what? It's a week old already. And a ton of people already, you know what I mean? I lost out on whatever monetization I was going to get when it was brand new, you know? And that's fast as get a website. It doesn't work that way. Websites don't just give you ads, you know? You would have to still get a Google AdSense account, get approved for it. I tried to do that actually at one point. They won't approve. Like, getting a YouTube approval is a lot different than getting an AdSense approval to use on your own website. It's not easy.
This is from Google.
I don't need answers from Google. So yeah, it's rough. You know, to monetize yourself is rough. And I think the fact that not only Spotify offered Joe Rogan a ton of money to go there, I think the fact that Joe Rogan also expressed that he was a little bit put off by YouTube over time was a good thing. You know, hopefully it will let YouTube make some changes. Gildness, is there any way on Easy News to finding out what's recently added? I don't think so. I think you just search for what you want. Yeah, Joe's definitely banking with this deal. So he got 100 million already. Like, that's his upfront payment. I don't know if he's going to get more than that. I would assume at a certain point he does. Have I tried the Tivo stream? I haven't tried anything. I've been living in this living room. pretty much for 2.5, 3 months already. I go out to like pick somebody up from work or go to the grocery store, and I just throw a mask on. I walked around the other day. I took some nice photos with my camera. Empty malls. Things that are interesting to me. Like I get like an hour here and there. But I don't know. I finally ended up trimming my own beard. Came out pretty good, I think, for doing it myself. And some things are starting to open, so most I heard from. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't want to. I can go live with this though. I don't mind. I just gotta. I'm gonna. You know what I should try? I should try setting up vMix on this laptop and see how it performs. What do you guys think? If I try vMix, I might be able to do some interesting stuff with it. Trying to say, where do I post the photos? Instagram usually. I have a car Instagram page and a Supreme Tech Media, which is my business name Instagram page, and I just started a photography Instagram page. I'm probably gonna not use the Supreme Tech Media one for photos too much longer. Once this lockdown is over, I'm gonna really go up on the photography page. But if you go on the home page and you click the button that says connect with me, on the home page of this, I could actually show it to you on here. Now that I have it open. Right, so if I go to, and we're already at 1:30. I'm getting in so much trouble. But if I go to YouTube here, right, go to your channel. So on the channel, right, it's loading up right now. You can see there's our current video. But right up here, there's a connect with me button on the PC. And if you click that button right up there, it will take you to a set of links where you can connect with me anywhere through these links. You just click them and it'll take you right to them. So I have the YouTube channels on here, my Twitch channel, all my gaming account, gamer tags, my Instagram accounts, my Twitter accounts, and the Supreme Builds Telegram group is at the bottom. So you can flow through all these and click on any of them and just add them up in there. I'll add my photography one in there too, but I haven't posted anything on it yet. I've just been setting it up. But I'll add it in once it's live. But you can get at me on any of these things, and you guys can get into the Supreme Builds Telegram group from that link. So it's all there. The only link I took away was the Facebook group one, and that's because we don't add any more people, because Facebook is even more oppressive than YouTube, especially when it comes to streaming. So whoever's in there is in there. Yogi, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Whoever's not in there is just not in there. And I mean, I'm not on there that often. I'll answer questions that pop up in there, but I'm really in the Telegram all the time now. So Supreme Builds, if you guys are in the Facebook group, we're still there. You can ask questions there, but the majority is done on Telegram at this point, just because of, it's unfortunate. Facebook is a nicer platform because of the way the groups are laid out, but they make it impossible. Like, everything is monitored, everything is watched, everything is reported. When you start looking at all these lawsuits that have been happening for like IPTV stuff and whatever, they go into those Facebook groups. They do, Cody add-ons. Somebody just asked me, no nav, what add-on would you recommend? For me, I like boxing pay-per-view. Honestly, dude, get IPTV service. Free stuff in there. If you want to try free, go get Mobdro APK and install Mobdro. See how you like that, if it works during the pay-per-view. But free stuff, like free links and Kodi these days, unless you want to watch like stuff that already aired, maybe there's a decent add-on for that, like the MMA add-on. I think it died though. Check out the newest update of Titanium for Kodi 18. Juggernaut put in, I saw him put something in for wrestling, something in for he put something in for wrestling and something in for UFC also, I think. JWM, stop pressuring people. Like I said, it's all good. I appreciate everyone's donations. Yogi, thank you. Sean said, "Don't get fired." No, I won't get fired, but I do got to tap in. We're getting to that point now, and I got to plug this in the charge because I didn't charge it all weekend. But join the Telegram group, and we don't run any services ourselves or anything out of there, but we do test a lot of them and have relationships with people that have services. So if you're trying to get something where you can watch live stuff, like Nav was asking, you could ask in the Telegram group. There's like 5 people in there that can help you, help to guide you, on what it is you're looking for, what it is you need, and send you in the right direction for it. McMahon says I need to add another line. Just message me on Telegram. Thank you, JW. All right, guys. I guess I'm going to get to work now. I'll be maybe back on later. Sal says I'm only there to lay the hammer. I'll be back on, maybe later or whatever. I'll definitely be doing some stories from the phone. They're short, but stories that go up on the YouTube channel. So keep an eye out for those because I can't go live as much as I want to right now. I'll throw out stories when little things happen or whatever that I want to talk about. Definitely throw those up. So I appreciate you guys. Stay supreme, behave, keep yourselves in good spirits throughout whatever's going on. Definitely stay safe out there, protect yourselves. And I look forward to jumping back on at a certain time, seeing you guys. It was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of the tech conversation. I'll pull out some more tech, go live again, do some stuff a little, definitely at some point, but probably from right here instead of the studio because I got so much to clean up and set up in the studio. It's crazy. And the amount of work time I have, I just haven't had time to do it. So chat with you guys soon. Be good. Stay supreme. Peace out. One love. And you guys take care, right?